Hello and welcome back to yet another Trove video on the channel. It is LateCom here and we are back with yet another Trove account review, episode 3 actually of the Trove account review series. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a more endgame themed account by the name of Queen Catherine with a total mastery rank of 787, Trove mastery rank of 687, and a Geode mastery rank of 100. So, you probably already know how I do things. First off, let's take a look at their Geode mastery. Now, I'm expecting this player to have their Geode mastery maxed at rank 1 at this total mastery rank range of 780 or so. So, let's take a look. We're seeing rank 2736 with a total of 11,000 points, pretty much 2.5k points shy of the maximum amount of Geode mastery that you can ever obtain. So, right off the bat, this is entirely shocking. I have not actually seen an account this maxed without actually getting Cyan name. I'm not really sure whether this player actually has a grudge for Geode, because it really seems so. I mean, they're not really putting an effort when it comes to maxing out their Geode as far as I can see right here. And they're a far cry away from actually maxing it. I mean, 2.5k points is a lot. Probably missing like 8 rare companions and probably the other 500 points. I'm not really too sure. We're gonna have to check all of that out. Let's take a look at their modules. Of course, we have got a full set of modules at level 10. Yes, that is awesome. This is probably the main problem. We're looking at one uncommon that's missing. For someone that's 780 mastery, you should definitely already have all your uncommon companions. I mean, you should have done that at like 500 total mastery. Heck, some people even have it done at 450. As someone who, you know, grinds a lot for like even one single mastery point, this is really triggering to see that the Geode side of your account is not really that maximized. It really, you know, makes me want to cry. I know I say this in a lot of my review videos, you know, a lot of CoPG moments, a lot of copium moments, but this is one of the saddest moments ever in this whole account review career that we have on the channel right now. Okay, so I've pretty much just typed /Geode mastery, which pretty much shows everything that this player actually has when it comes to Geode mastery. So as you can see, we have got 144 of 145 styles collected. I'm not really sure what style they're missing. We have got 3 missing recipes. We've got 6 missing mounts. All allies, all costumes, all mag riders, okay, levels, blah blah blah, profession tier, tomes, we have 10 out of 16, ships, sails, fishing poles, blah blah blah, all of these done, auras done, upgrade level done, companions, as we've said earlier, missing 1 rare, actually no, 1 uncommon and 7 rare, and then 969 of 996. Okay, so now I have a rough idea on what this player is actually missing. Okay, so we have the opportunity to craft 1 Geode style stash. So I'm going to go on ahead and craft 1. Okay, just 1. And there we go. That's the last missing mastery point from your 1 missing style. So that's fixed, right? We're missing 6 mounts. So let's take a look at this Geode workbench. I can assume you're done with all of these. You're done with these ones as well. You're done with these ones, you're done with this mount, and you're done with the tomes. So everything in the Crystology workbench is pretty much completed. Let's take a look at your collections in that case. Now, moving on over onto the travel section, hide collected, and Geode. Okay, so we're missing Cyan, Orange, and Red hovercycles, as well as the Whirligig and the Diminutive. Cyan hovercycle should be really cheap. It's around 500,000 flux, and to see how you don't actually have the Cyan hovercycle really triggers me, because as yet again, it's around 500,000 flux, and then after, on top of that, you're gonna need like 1,000 nitro, 1,000 crystals, and then 3 torches, I must say, that you can easily obtain. So if you were to, you know, consider buying stuff for mastery, go for this Cyan hovercycle right off the bat. I mean, it's excusable that you don't actually have the orange or the red hover cycles because these ones are going to be way more expensive. They're going to be at like 5 million and this one's going to be at around 8 million. But the cyan one is going to be around 500,000, so please, for the love of God, get this cyan hover cycle. So the other things that we've got here is the whirligig. Whirligig's gonna be at around 3 million, and these ones are gonna be at around 5 million. So pretty much your excuse from this. I mean, you don't really have to go for the whirligig or the cumulative mount yet because they're gonna give you 50 points, you know, as opposed to the 100 points that the hover cycle actually gives. So if you're focusing on Geode, go for the hover cycles first. So another thing that I've noticed is you have got 10 out of 16 tomes, and I know exactly the 6 tomes that you're missing right here and right now. So let's check it out, shall we? Hang on over into the tome section. I'm sure that you're missing each and every one of these 6 understacked tomes. There we go. So the way that you actually get these tomes is by farming understacked delves. And once you farm understacked delves, there is going to be this thing called the Enterprising Novella, which will allow you to actually buy a couple of these tome recipes. Yes, there are going to be recipes that you will need to collect before you can actually craft these tomes. As you can see, as we head on over onto the decorative flooring, this player does not have each and every one of these tome recipes, which makes them ineligible to actually get the last 120 points from these tomes. So you already know what you should be working on if you're trying to focus on Geode, I guess. These are going to be one of the main things that you need to get. At the least, it's the least you can do. I mean, it's not really too much considering the fact that you have already progressed this far. Just getting the last remaining Geode items isn't going to pose too much of a problem for you. Probably it's going to take around a week or 2 weeks at maximum at this point. But I guess it will depend on you if you're willing to farm Geode or not. Now, the reason why I actually chose this account to review is because the player that actually contacted me said that they spent a lot of money on the game. As you can see, Queen Catherine right here has spent more than $1,000 on the game. But how much further than $1,000 have they spent? Because I'm sure I probably put an enticing title of how much they've spent in the game. So this is the moment of truth. Let's take a look and see how much they've actually spent, because it's over 1,000, right? As we head on over onto the loyalty badge, we're looking at $14,696 spent on the game. Nice. First off, my reaction, nice. Nice number, you got that. You know, as I said, you know, I'm not gonna judge. You spend your money how you'd like to, but since this is an account review, I guess I will have to give my honest opinions on the way that you spend this money. So, first off, your money management really needs to be checked. Second of all, it is poorly optimized, to say the least. The money that you spent on the game is a lot, more than I've expected. For $14,000, now I'm not really sure what you actually spend on in the game to get to $14,000 of loyalty points. So, Catherine, if you're watching this video, please, by all means, head on over down into the comments below and let us know what have you been spending on in this game to actually get 14,000 loyalty, because it's a burning question everyone wants to know. Like, how do you manage to spend 14,000 on the game without actually having some of the most basic items that doesn't really cost much, like the hover cycle, specifically the cyan hover cycle? Now that we know that they spent like $14,000, this has really changed my perspective of this account, you know? So, moving on, alright? It's hard to move on from that $14,000. Like, the fact that there's $14,000 spent is quite crazy. Now, as we can see right here, they've bought almost every single pack. Let's take a look at some other stuff. For some reason, they don't have the Krabby Cabbage. That's going to be 10 points. You know, you can probably just ignore this for now. But another thing that is really important is the Inner Geode Wallet expansion. Now, let's take a look. How many can they... Oh, 800? So you're meaning to say that your account can only hold up to 800 inner geodes. Now, this brings me up to the next question. How many delves have you done? How many delves? Wait, let's go back. Let's go into badges. Let's go into gameplay badges. How many delves have you completed? 234 delves. Not even 500. Oof. Oh, man. This is going to be a long video ahead, guys. I'm sorry if this video actually reaches like 25 minutes because we have a lot to unpack in this episode. This player has not actually gotten the Obsidian badge, which actually grants you the Coin of the Obsidian Delver, which pretty much allows you to buy an Inner Geode Wallet expansion in the hub in the Rocketon Trader next to the public delve portal. So you're gonna actually need to finish this badge, buy this Inner Geode Wallet expansion, and then only be able to start getting the tomes that you're missing, because you're gonna actually need like 1,200 for some of these tomes. Some of them are gonna take 800, some of them are gonna take 1,000. Actually, there's gonna be 2 tomes that take 800, 2 tomes that take 1,000, and 2 tomes that take 1,200. So if you want to get these tomes, you're gonna have to work harder and complete like another 265 more delves. You know, it's gonna be really simple. Just 265 delves. It's not gonna be too hard, right? And then continuing on from there, just get your Inner Geode Wallet expansions and start working on these tomes as soon as possible. We have the classes. Of course, they will have every single class pack, but with $14,000 spent, you should already have them completed at the least. At the bare minimum. You know, at the bare minimum, you should already have it. We have got the Battle Pack, Creator Pack, and Collector's Pack bought. We have all the other emblems and flasks bought as well, which is good. Now, moving on over into the style section, we have got every single costume. And let's see, we're missing the Watchtower. Okay, basically, this is 2 mastery points for 750 credits. You don't have to get that right now. So let's continue on and take a look at probably some other stuff that they might not have. As we head on over here, I guess we're missing a couple of allies. The Crystalline Daughter is going to be really expensive. Face Spider is going to be pretty cheap, though. Face Spider ally is around 300,000 flux, so you can feel free to get it. It's really going to be easy to obtain, I guess. And other than these, we have got Gardening Allies. Gardening Allies! How do you not have these? Now, the way that you can actually get these allies are from harvesting them from habitats. Now, habitats are stuff that you can actually craft in the harvesting station under the ally habitat section. You can craft your own or head on over into clubs that actually have them already planted, and they're gonna spawn an ally, you know, sometimes. It's not gonna happen every single day, but keep on an eye on some habitats in clubs. That's gonna be one of the main tips I'm gonna give you in order for you to actually collect each and every one of these allies, because it's really simple. Just head on over into some clubs that has the habitats, and hopefully they do have some rare allies. Then it's gonna be easy for you to obtain like 350 points from this. So other than that, we head on over into the adventure section, and this is a big problem. The reason why I say this is a big problem, because at 780 total mastery, you're supposed to already have these adventure allies. How do you not have these? Do you not even open strong boxes? Do you not even open strong boxes? Like, what have you been doing with your account? What have you been doing? Because you need these allies. Eggnoggin, Grumpy Snow, Hypercubes, Shambling Notok, Woolly Boran. All of these are from opening strong boxes. Open your strong boxes, please, and get these allies. I beg of you, because these are easy mastery that you can get. It's, you know, it doesn't get any more easier than opening strong boxes. And besides that, I can see that you don't actually have the Club It Merchant allies, which really, oh my god, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? Where are these allies? Why have you not bought them? Let's take a look at the other mounts. Have you gotten them? Pepper, mint. Oh, you don't have these mounts. How? How do you not have these mounts? What? These are easy mounts you should have gotten at 300, 450 mastery, 500 mastery. It should be already completed. And I'm really worried about your progression at this point because there is so easy mastery that you can obtain from Geode. That's going to be one easy part. From this bench, from this Club Merchant Prince, to be a little more precise, right? And the Adventurine Strongboxes. Now, that is going to be really important as well. So, do you have the auras? Now, these ones are going to be pretty easy. Please say that you actually have them. Okay, you have the auras. That's good, right? So, moving on. Let's take a look at your Resistor Workbench. I'm pretty sure you should have everything done. Okay, allies all done, mounts all done, wings is done, costumes all done, tomes are all done. Everything from this bench is done. That's good. That's one less thing we have to worry about. Under the mount section, as I've said earlier, these are mounts from the Adventurine Trader that you should already have. We've went over the Geode ones. Now, we have, of course, the Balelight Flyer. How did I not remember to take a look at this? Because you only have 800 inner Geode space. So you need to get the Balelight Flyer by at least getting your limit all the way up to 1,000. If I'm not mistaken, this actually costs 950 inner Geode. So you'll be all set if you were to just head on over into the new section and buy this inner Geode wallet expansion for 1,250 inner Geodes. I can see you don't have the Dade mount, which is really interesting because the Dade is super cheap. Like, it's so cheap. It's 200,000 flux. I'm just gonna buy one for you. I'm gonna, hand you more flux later on as well, so it's not gonna be a big problem. It's 100 points that's easily obtainable. So there we have it. I helped you get it. It's pretty cheap, and it was an item that you should have gotten. And besides that, we have got a couple of mounts missing from the Paragon update. We have got event mounts. Okay, we're taking a look at a lot of things. As I can see right here, you're skipping a lot of events that give free mounts. Like, we have stuff like, let's say, the Floating Feastable from 2020's Turkeytopia event. We have the Shadow Stitch Snowfest Quilt, which came from the Snowfest event in 2020 that for some reason you don't have. And, even my alternate accounts have these, mounts. It's really sad to see how you're actually skipping a lot of these events. I'm not really sure whether you actually played the game before the events were in the game, but these are things that you should have. Like, okay, this is from Bunfest 2021. Spring and Jade Doom are from the spring events. And then these other stuff are going to be from the Sunfest event. And then you've also been missing stuff like the Lunar Plunge event, and then stuff from the Fae vs Undead event, and then from the latest event, the Halloween event, and then Friendsgiving, the one that just passed like a couple of weeks ago. It is a waste. For you to not actually complete your event mounts is a really big waste. You should be getting these. You should be farming your events. You should be working on getting these event exclusive mounts. Don't just rely on Luxian to get these because, it's gonna take more than just a couple of months to a year for these to come back into a Luxian rotation. So don't really count too much on a Luxian rotation if you want to get these items. So other than that, we have got a couple of other mounts from Luxian that you don't have. And besides that, why do you have so many packs missing when you've got 14,000 loyalty? I have no idea. Now, we have got some Godzilla, as I've said earlier, from the Godzilla pack from the Shadow's Eve. And then these takeouts, Takoyaki, Okonomiyaki, and the Taiyaki, and all of these other stuff are from Turkeytopia 2020. And then these ones are going to be from Snowfest, and then the rest of these pretty much are packs that you should be getting. You should be farming, you should be buying them. And it's the same for every other endgamer. You need your packs, and this is going to be another really important section of your gameplay that you need to have completed. Okay, we're missing Charles and Valkaza. This one is pretty much 800 total mastery dragon. We can ignore that for now. But okay, so these ones are going to be the ones that you get from referrals, so we can just skip that. So Charles is going to be a time-gated dragon, so you're gonna have to wait like for every corruption visit, and then you'll be able to get this dragon. So, you know, there's nothing that you can work on for this Charles dragon right now, but just to wait until, you know, corruption just lands. But make sure you don't actually miss corruption anytime, because you're gonna need this dragon for the additional stats anyways. You're gonna get an additional 50 light as well, which is gonna help you a lot. So besides that, let's head on over onto your Chaos Core Crafter. You should have a lot of these done. Please say you have most of these done. Okay, we're looking at a fully completed Chaos Core Crafter in the first collectibles section. That's awesome. Costumes, yes, all done. Premium collectibles, all done. Legacy, all done. Congratulations to you. You have completed the Chaos Core Crafter bench, which is absolutely stellar and awesome, because this is going to be a really hard bench to complete because of the Chaos Cores. And to see that you have 556 Chaos Cores right here means that you should have no problems buying all and each and every one of your corruption fragments. Something that I forgot to talk about, mementos. You're missing a lot of mementos. So, far more delves. But this isn't going to be your main thing to work on at this point, but you should be slowly but surely working on these. While you're actually farming for your 500, you know, challenge delve badge, then farm a couple of these mementos, because you're missing a lot. Actually, you've only obtained like 25% of all of the available mementos, so you really have to work on this a lot more in the near future as well. So I have a rough idea on what I should actually give you at this point. Now, first off, we're gonna definitely need to give you a couple of strong boxes so you can open them and get your couple of allies. Besides that, you're gonna need the Cyan Hover Cycle as well. And then I'll give you around 5 million flux as well on top of that, so that you can spend it on whatever you want. Make sure you spend it wisely though. I'd probably recommend you to save up to buy some packs in the near future, because Snowfest is coming. You're going to need a lot of packs at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm going to hand you these items. Make sure you actually farm the things that we've talked about in this video, because it's going to be really important. Now, as you can see right here, you have got the Cyan Hover Cycle recipe, so make sure you actually farm the materials to actually craft the Hover Cycle. It will be located inside the Uber Worlds in the Sunseeker's Crystal Forge, so make sure you do that. And I guess that will probably be all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and I guess that will be all from us, and I will see you guys sometime soon. As usual, peace out.